Welcome back. This is part 3 of the OctoStudio Aquarium video. We are now going to make algae and make an algae eater. Here's how we do it. We're going to begin by creating a new sprite, and we are going to paint the sprite. And I'm going to now paint my algae. So the way I did this is by picking a green color. And so there we go with the green. I'm going to make it a little bit thicker this time. And then I'm just going to tap the green as if it's algae. And then I might want to make it a darker color on the outside. Let's switch to a deeper green, or maybe some brown. Do some brown around the edges. Okay. Maybe some more green. Okay. Let's do a lighter green. It's up to you, but I want it to kind of look like algae spreading and growing. All right. There we go. Good enough for me. There's our algae, and we're going to shrink it down real small. Okay, so now what we're going to do is at the beginning, when we hit play, we are going to hide our algae. Okay, immediately, and let's do it with a lightning bolt. And now we're going to do another random one. When we hit play, we are going to put in a random timer. Wait timer, and we're going to put in the randomization in there. Timer to randomly wait, let's say between 10 and 20 seconds. And then we're going to have our algae go to a random location. Okay, and we'll have it do that very quickly and then show itself. Okay. And then, in fact, I forgot to put all of this inside a forever loop because we want this to happen over and over again. So forever, wait 10 to 20 seconds, show yourself, or go to a random location and then show yourself. And now we're going to put another repeat loop inside there. And it's up to you how long you want this to happen. But let's say 2 seconds. Actually, you know what? I just thought of something. Let's ditch the random and let's have this wait for 5 seconds before the algae shows up. And there's a reason for this. Okay, so we have 5 seconds at the top, and then 5 times 2 is 10 seconds. So that's 15 seconds total. So we are now going to have the algae grow. So let's change size by 10. Let it get bigger. Okay? And we'll have it do that slowly. So the algae, if you do nothing, will just randomly grow and grow and grow and grow. Okay? And then at the end of this, once it's done with that repeat loop, we will have it hide again, only to appear again in 5 more seconds. Okay, so this repeat loop will go on forever. It will go to a new location and keep growing. Okay, let's test it. Let's test everything here, actually. It's been a while, so there's some food. Algae should show up any second now. There it is. Is it growing? It is growing. Brilliant. Exactly what we want. Let's make sure it disappears in about, 5 or 6 more seconds, and it's gone. Perfect. It should show up again. Come back, algae. There it is. Now notice it's still the larger size. Oh, our shrimp's doing its crazy swim. Woo! Okay, that's a bit dizzying. So maybe I change the crazy swim to alternating clockwise and counterclockwise. Oh, we got another crazy swimmer. All right, perfect. Okay. So now what we'd like to do is have our algae get smaller when we tap it. So when we tap on the algae, we want it to shrink by a slight amount. So let's go -5. No, not 205. -5. So if we keep tapping on it, it will get smaller. And also, let's have it, when we shake the iPad, we want the algae to hide. Okay? So there's 2 ways to get rid of the algae. Everybody with me so far? All right. Now we are going to bring out and create our algae eater. So to create our algae eater, there's not an algae eater fish. So what I did was I went to my photos, I selected an image of a Plecostomus that I got from the internet, and now I'm going to use the little outline tool to very carefully sketch around it. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, but close is good. Okay? You can fix this later with the eraser tool. I'm not being super accurate because I don't want you watching this video all day long, but not bad for what it is. Okay, good enough. Bring our Plecostomus in. He's really big. Okay, let's shrink him. All right, so now we've got our Plecostomus. So now our Plecostomus' goal is when we start the game, let's just hide him. You can leave him if you want, doesn't matter, but I'm going to hide him when we start the game. And then when the algae appears, I want it to send a message to him. So let's go back to our algae. And now in the algae, we are going to say, when you show, let's send a message. So we will say, send a message when you show yourself. Message 1 and to all. And now let's go back to our algae eater. And let's tell our algae eater, when you receive the message, when you receive message 1, what we would like you to do is show yourself and then quickly swim over to the algae. Okay? Go a little bit faster. I don't know, maybe the middle one's fine. Okay, and then when you get to the algae, let's do a little repeat loop. Remember, the algae grows for 10 seconds. So let's have this happen 4 times. And we're going to have it move back and forth as if it's eating the algae. So we're going to say, let's turn a random and then wait 0.5. Okay. And then turn a random again the other direction, and then wait 0.5. So this is a 1 second wait multiplied by, and the move in between 4 times. So it should take about 6 seconds or so. Let's switch this to 5. The goal is that the algae eater is done eating the algae right around the time the algae is moving. Let's see if this works. We're feeding our fish here. Oh, there goes the algae eater, eating the algae. Random spin. The algae should disappear any second. He doesn't know what to do. He's still eating. Algae should reappear. He's going to go to the next location and eat the algae. All right, I think this is great. The only thing I think I want to do is I want to maybe shrink my algae eater slightly. So let's set the size of the algae eater at the start because I've already pinched him down to the smallest I can make him. And let's make him 60% size at the beginning of the game. Let's try this one more time and see where we get to. Whoa, okay. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Okay. 10% size. All right, let's see what we get now. Where are you, algae eater? Oh, that's perfect. Okay. All right, so we're good to go with the algae eater eating the algae. Oh, wait, one more thing. I forgot. The algae eater, when he eats the algae, should make the algae shrink. Totally forgot about that. So we're going to send another message when he's eating the algae. Actually, we don't need a message for this. We're going to tell, go back to the algae, and then we're going to say, algae, when you are being touched by, when algae touches the algae eater, we want you to forever shrink. So change size by minus 10. You can play with the size here. Let's do minus 10, and then we'll have you wait, I don't know, 0.5 seconds. Let's see how this works. All right. Food's coming down. There's the algae. Algae is eating it. It's shrinking, and it's trying to grow at the same time. Working kind of perfectly, actually, as he eats the algae. And the algae should disappear, and now he's going to swim to the new location. Oh, there go our crazy swims. We haven't yet had a fish die. All right, this is working great. Okay. All right, so that's part 3. We are going to go to part 4 in the next video, and I am going to make the message codes for the net to come get the dead fish. So see you in a bit.